We are gathered here today because love is in the air. And what better way to just show off that love is in the air by pissing off a bunch of people?
Oh yeah, I'm
By
pissing off.
by yeah, by talking about a thing that you and I and the internet knows and loves. Shippings.
Oh, shipping.
So we're going to go through a list of shippings. None of them, well, I think one of them is canon in the manga interpretation, but none of
Yeah.
them are canon. And we're gonna just briefly talk about each of them, the characters, what we know about the characters individually, and how they would be in an actual relationship. And this is gonna be fun. So Chornick, you're here with me.
Yep, indeed. Oh, this is gonna be exciting.
And as we read down this list, you can give your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below or on Twitter, because this will be on our Twitter pages as well. So yeah, we'll kick things off with the first one we see in the list. It's advanced shipping with Ash and May.
Yep. Ready
So,
for it.
this is the belief that Ash and May should be in a relationship, and I actually made a video about this a long time ago during Valentine's Day. I think it was like 2 years ago during Valentine's Day.
Really?
Yeah, because they catch about the same Pokemon. Like Ash and May both end up getting Squirtle and Bulbasaur.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
and
makes
I
sense.
think the Bulbasaur and Venusaur actually go off into Vine shipping.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's a
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Pokemon. It's a
yeah.
shipping within a shipping. And I honestly, for until this second one came along, which we've made tons and tons of videos about, I honestly thought this shipping could be a thing for a while, but then I realized Drew exists.
Yep. I did. That's another shipping we'll probably eventually get to.
Yeah,
But for like advanced shipping, but yes, the Drew coming in kind of throws the whole thing off.
yeah.
But in my opinion, I guess it could work. I could see how it could work. Um, but yes, with Drew coming in all of a sudden, I think that's what just destroyed it up.
Right. It's just I want to like these two aren't that bad because the two are basically the same character. Just May's the female version
Yeah, pretty
of
much. And
Ash.
this is, so they're more like, yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah, because of the way they eat.
Yeah, they
Like,
eat.
yeah, they're like comedic. Like they're the way they were comedically. They both have had like these funny moments. They both have had like various similarities too, where like the first Pokemon they both captured were bug type worm Pokemon that evolved at level 7, Ash being Caterpie and May being Wurmple.
Yeah.
So
There's
yeah,
a lot
that
of similarities between these two.
yeah, I think, and you want to know what I think? I think it was because May was the first time they really needed to make a female traveling companion that had like a clear cut goal.
Yeah, and like Misty wasn't that like that. She was just kind of like extra character. And so, yeah, with May, they had to appeal to the female side audience, and with May, obviously acting more like Ash, but the feminine version. That's how it kind of works, and that's why a lot of people believe that this shipping should have happened.
They're both voiced by Veronica Taylor too, so
I mean, same. They're pretty much the same
they
person.
are the same person. Yeah,
They
Ash and May
are.
are the same person.
Nice. So I mean that gives a lot of hints in like proof that I guess you could vote for this or like you say
Yeah.
this should go with them being so similar that they're the same person. But
Yeah, I think this is a good. I think this could actually have been a really good shipping if May stayed in the series.
yep.
Yeah.
But now it's who knows, maybe May will return later on in the series, but that's kind of highly unlikely. But it is going back to like Mega Evolution and the Hoenn region, so maybe we would see something with
Right.
May coming back, and seeing how the characters will react to her and how Ash would react to her then. But we just gotta wait and see if she ever does come back, or else this thing is kind of in the water, you know. So
Right.
it's done.
So we want to keep this next one kind of short because, first of all, this
Oh
is a
yeah,
current one, and second, we've made tons of videos about this one
tons.
already. Tons.
Yes.
So, more shipping. The belief that
Oh.
Ash and Serena should be in a relationship. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Dude, this is what the shipping war just went up into the most biggest battle of all time when this started up. I mean, more shipping is what I mean. Pretty much like with the Ash and Misty shipping, Poke shipping was pretty much like the empire of all shippings in the Pokemon series. But when
Yeah.
Ash and Serena came, like that was that was like what made it like come down. I guess you could say like is what stood
Well,
against that
yeah. What
empire of
flustered
Poke
this
shipping.
one? Yeah, what flusters this one up is Serena's canonical crush on Ash.
Yes,
Yeah,
and that
none of the other females have had actual crushes on Ash.
yes, and
They've
like
all
with
had suggested crushes. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, sorry. But with like Ash and Misty, there was a lot of hints and stuff, and probably more than the other shippings as well. With Ash and Misty, but Ash and Serena, like their shipping, even toppled Ash and Misty's, in terms of hints, I believe.
Yeah.
Um, so it's really rivaling that shipping of Poke shipping. So more shipping and Poke shipping are kind of like the biggest ones in my opinion of popularity. Because it's nostalgic Poke shipping versus like the now more shipping, but Serena
Yeah.
does have that canon crush on Ash, and so that's what makes it so immensely popular right now.
I mean, look what she did. She went all the way from Santaloon to. Well, she went all the way from Lumios to Santaloon
Yep,
to
just to
see
meet him up,
Ash.
just find
Yeah.
him. Like that's what he's the reason why like she started her journey really,
Pretty much. Yeah.
and then like I don't know what will end up happening at the end of the series.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do anything or if this is gonna happen or anything. But we just have to see for ourselves. Obviously, we'll probably talk about it more in some future video because you can't escape more shipping.
Yeah. We're not the end all be all
Yeah.
for we're not the end all be all for Pokemon X and Y. Like we reviewed the series, but we can't like foresee the future.
Yeah.
But I can't say that this shipping is the one of the core elements of of most of our YouTube content.
Yeah.
At least for KG and I when we started off, because we started off talking about impressions for the series, and then a more shipping
I mean, the more
happened.
shipping is making the series popular. Like,
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah, this was making it more popular than most of the other series because of just the more shipping. And that is a core element to the series. So,
Yeah.
so anyway, you done? Are we done talking about more shipping?
I believe we are. We better
All right.
keep it brief.
All
So
right.
the second one is Peel Shipping, and this one's a bit different because it's a lesbian shipping. It's with Dawn and Zoe.
Dawn and Zoe.
Actually, I kind of saw this happening in the series before I even knew about like shippings for real.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, we'll explain.
Okay, so when I watched Diamond and Pearl, I mostly saw like first of all, let's look at how Zoe's dressed.
Yeah.
She wears like hiker boots, little jeans, jacket, shortcut hair, almost the definition of a les.
All
I'm
right.
talking let's be honest.
Okay, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Nice, that was good.
Yeah. So yeah, Zoe's rocking that right now. And
Good job.
yeah, not even just that. In most of the episodes, it seems that she doesn't really have a concern for Ash or Brock. Like, to be honest, if Ash and Brock were missing from either some of the scenes that Zoe was in, Zoe would not like Zoe's
Okay.
character would still be working
Yeah, she would not
just
like
fine.
just like normal. Yeah,
Yeah.
and like with Dawn, she reacted a lot more with Dawn.
Yeah, her only real reactions were with Dawn.
Yes, indeed. So, what do you think? Do you think this could be canon?
Dawn would definitely be a bottom.
Bottom.
Okay,
Alright.
sorry guys. I'm sorry for that. I apologize. But but basically like this shipping, I will definitely say Zoe was the drive for Dawn to get better at contests.
Yep.
Just from like the way she's been observing Dawn and how she performs. But I gotta
Yeah.
be honest, like I said, I really don't care for Dawn. So when I see her do stuff and develop, it comes off to me as just stale because May's done it better.
May did it better. Yeah, they're pretty much the
Yeah,
same
May
character
done it
anyway.
better.
Yeah, with the
But
same
with
goals and
Zoe,
passion.
yeah, with Zoe, I guess you can say because of the fact that Zoe also has Glameow, which was the Pokemon that Dawn's mother has.
Oh, there you go. Yep,
So yeah, that's an homage
that's
to that, I
interesting.
guess. What do you think about this
That's
shipping
another
overall?
fact, another proof.
Yeah, what do you think about the shipping
Zoe and
overall?
Dawn. Um. Okay, well, Zoe and Dawn. Okay, I know. Okay, I'm gonna be serious. It actually does sound like if I was being serious here, like with May, I mean, sorry, not May, but Dawn and Zoe, their personalities are kind of the same. I mean, they have the same goal, and they kind of work off each other. And Zoe reacts with Dawn more than she does with the other characters. So even compared to Ash, I'd say that Zoe would even be more suitable in terms of personality than Ash would.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Because Dawn and Ash are friends. Like, they friend zone to the extreme. They have a high five as their greeting. Like,
yeah,
that's friend zone to the extreme.
friend zone. But
Friend zone.
and Zoe and Dawn are not.
It's like, okay,
So
the one episode where Zoe actually busted up her ankle
yeah.
and Dawn was taking care of her, like, that literally is
Oh,
the epitome of Dawn and Zoe's relationship right there. Just watch that episode and you can pretty much see that
that's
shipping in
your
action.
big appeal shipping hint right there.
Yeah, so like, you know how we were all freaking out about episode 59
Yeah.
and the Amore shipping stuff? That would be Dawn and Zoe's, like, what is the shipping called again? That would be their appeal
Appeal
shipping
shipping.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one episode right there would have been their big appeal shipping moment.
Yep. Indeed, I agree with that.
So
So
yeah,
you guys in
one
the comment section have to tell us your opinion about this appeal shipping.
yeah. I mean, and even though it's like a lesbian relationship, I really don't care. I mean, to each his own, I guess.
I mean, it actually kind of makes sense, guys, when you think
Yeah,
about it. So,
it's just
I mean, I don't care
Pokemon's
either.
very weird on relationships. There have only been a few relationships that have actually been seen in the series, and they're usually with minor characters.
Yeah, that's true. So,
Yeah, so for them to bust out like a actual relationship between main characters and a lesbian one at that would throw the ball game completely off. I mean, I know Harley from the contest. There's a big possibility he could be gay. So
yeah, that is true.
yeah,
You never know. It's a
yeah.
show.
So you want to go ahead and say the next one?
All right. All right, guys. Next one is contest shipping. The shipping is the belief that May and Drew belong together in a romantic relationship.
Yep.
And so May and Drew, they both have kind of the same goals, contest, all that. They want to be the best.
Mm,
And Drew has even shown, some affection towards May, like showing that he wants, like he would give her a flower and be like, no, it's for your Pokemon. Like he would like keep it kind of hidden, but look like maybe he liked her or whatever. And then she
yeah.
was very appreciative of what Drew did for her, yet she still got angry at him when he was like, "Oh, it's not for you." But like really, maybe it was for her, But he and her like they sound like they would be a good pair. They're kind of that childhood, hating on each other
Yeah.
now, but looks like in the future they could be something more. So,
I
um
gotta say, like, yeah, I gotta say, first of all, like, Roselia is basically just the giant rose bouquet of their relationship to me.
yeah.
Because think about Roselia. Well, think about what Roselia is, a bouquet Pokemon.
Yep.
So it's literally Drew trying to, like, sending May a bouquet of flowers, just in the form of his Pokemon. And
Yep.
Drew's debut, though, he was like, you would never have really guessed it from Drew's debut because during his debut he was kind of a dick.
He was.
I guess it was to let off the fact that, hey, I'm hating on you because I like you, but I'm not really, like, more of a Sudere type of relationship where,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. That's pretty much what I was saying.
yeah, like a
Is
love
that
hate
he was
deal.
just hating on her for all
Yeah,
like because he likes her, like kind
I
of like
hate
what
you because
Misty
I
and Ash
love
did.
you. Yeah. So it was one of those. We already mostly talked about this, ironically, in the advanced shipping one.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Because
but mostly, yeah, I think this one because in terms of driving each other, May and Drew have driven each other to be better. because of their contest.
Yes, and it kind of weakened the advanced shipping a bit because of Drew coming into the picture and this contest shipping forming.
Yeah, like
So
I think once Ash already taught May the ropes of how to battle and use Pokemon, I think that one sort of like left the building and Drew's contest shipping had taken its place because now May just has a rival, a competitive rival.
yeah, I agree with that,
Yeah.
Drew. But yeah, that's all I have to say about contest shipping.
Yeah,
Uh,
pretty much. We talked about it a lot already.
all
So
right.
I'll go ahead and mention the next one because this one gives me a headache. Um,
Okay.
the next one is Eldon Shipping, the belief that Professor Oak and Delia Ketchum should be in a relationship. For those of you all who don't know, and yes, that means all two of you, Delia is Ash's mother.
Yes, and there is no father, so or no confirmation that he's still out there
Who
living.
is the father? Okay, so your thoughts on Elder Shipping?
All right, my thoughts on Elder Shipping. It makes a lot of sense considering that we haven't seen Ash's father yet, and there's no confirmation that he's still out there and alive, and who he actually is. And there was no picture showing who he is, and nothing. We got nothing. And Professor Oak and Delia, they, in terms of right now, look if like they're gonna have any relationship of any sort there it would be with each other, and Professor Oak and Delia are together in almost like every scene, like, and they're always there in like pictures and everything that we've seen. Like they're always back at home, they're always talking to each other, like talking to Ash through the same phone, like they're always near each other. So it's a popular theory that he is actually Ash's father, and like there's a whole thing going on about that. So I can see how this is possible. Yet again, it does sound weird, but I do see how this is possible. What do you think, man?
I hate this shipping. Okay, let's break it down. We have to remind ourselves that Professor Oak is Gary's grandpa.
Yes.
That means that one of two things happened. One, Ash should be old as shit. Two,
Yes.
two, this old man decides to go to Ash's mom's place frequently. And they are just involved.
Involved in something, yeah.
Yeah, and they're doing daycare stuff.
Daycare, yep.
And that makes me uncomfortable.
It makes me very uncomfortable, I agree.
Yeah, and then we have to put into account that, like, okay, I get the whole Ash has no father thing right now. I get, so that's why most people ship them together. And it's like, oh, well, Professor Oak and Ash's mom are always near each other. Can we remind ourselves that Pallid Town is only 3 houses?
Yes.
So it's
In the
hang
anime,
out
though,
to.
it's a lot bigger,
I
though.
know. I'm just being a dick. So it's hang out with each other or bus.
Yes.
So I just I don't like the idea of them together because it's just too many generations older than the other. Like Professor Oak is old enough to be Ash's mom's father.
Yeah.
Like
That,
that's
that's
how old.
that's what makes me uncomfortable too. They're not the same age. They're just not the same age.
She can do better.
Yeah, she could do better, honestly.
I'm
I mean,
just
even if Professor Oak isn't Ash's father, which I highly doubt that, like
oh
I don't think
yeah.
so. I don't think so. But they could still have a relationship, you think? Maybe
Yeah.
like Delia and Professor Oak, they could still have something going on right now. But I mean,
Ew.
I don't believe that that's Ash's father, because that would be way too weird and unrealistic. But yet again,
It's
it's still
possible because of how
possible.
frequently they stay they're
Yeah,
with each
yeah.
other. I think it's possible too. I just don't like it. So the
Same, dude.
fastest way to make me mad is this one because it's like, ugh, old man going with it. We want to know what it sounds like?
What?
It sounds like one of those like those horribly written like Desperate Housewives sketches.
Yeah.
where it's like, I'm just so lonely since Ash's father left. And then the old man is like, let me be the one to
Brighten your day.
yeah, let me be the one to keep you company. It's like, it's so nasty.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so yeah, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this one.
So the next shipping is called Luck Shipping. It's the relief that Brock and Lucy from the Battle Frontier should be in a romantic relationship.
All right. Well, I don't know much about this one,
Oh, I do.
so yeah, you can take it away.
Okay, so when Ash was during the Battle Frontier saga, Ash was fighting each of the Frontier Brains, and he battled against Lucy. And Brock does what he always does with women. You know, he sees a
Yeah.
beautiful girl, he does the proposal thing, confesses the love, all of that. Most women just look at him strange, and then either Misty pulls his ear, or Krogunk will poison jab him, and they pull him away.
Okay.
Lucy, on the other hand, what happened? Max pulled Brock's ear, but instead of just looking at Brock like he was crazy, Lucy actually blushed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
And when Brock complimented Lucy during the battle that Ash and Lucy were having, she blushed for a second, and it was so bad to a point where she actually lost track of how she was battling.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
it took her a minute to snap back into the battle. So even at the end of the episode, where Brock did the whole proposal thing again, he like touched her hand this time and was like proposing to her closer. Max pulled him away, and they all walked into the sunset like they always do. And Lucy just sort of held her hand and was blushing, the same hand that Brock touched.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so this one's actually like, I gotta say, Ash and Brock went to work on the Frontier Brains, because Lucy was like had a crush on Brock, and then Annabelle, which I'm surprised they didn't show on this list. Annabelle actually has a crush on Ash, which is another Frontier Brain.
Yeah.
So yeah, these crushes are actually like, I actually do think that these were kind of cool.
So this is the most popular shipping for Brock is
It's
with
the
Lucy.
only shipping for Brock, for real.
That is true, because he does it with every woman. So if one woman gets a reaction, like positive reaction to it, then it's a shipping,
Yeah.
So
I think there was one other girl who had a crush on Brock in the series, in the Johto Region series, but the problem was she was like 8.
all right, I don't remember that.
It was a long time ago. She
was a
tried
long
to
time
marry
ago.
him and everything. It was very weird.
All right, well that sounds really strange.
But yeah, thoughts on this one? I mean, I know you don't have much thoughts on this one, but what do you think?
I say I would welcome it. I mean, Brock and Lucy. I mean, sure, why not?
Yeah.
I say yes. I say yes. That's all I say.
Yeah, they
But
both.
I'm fine with it. I'm
yeah,
fine with it.
one's leader of the Battle Pike, and the other one's a gym leader. I think it would work. She's the only woman who would who embraced Brock's flirting. So
Yeah.
take it while you got it.
Take it away. Got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's move on to the next one. The next one is Nagai Shipping.
Nagai Shipping.
Yeah, the belief that Ash and Iris should be in a romantic relationship. What do you think, man?
Okay, well, out of all the shippings Ash has paired in, I think this is the weakest.
Yep.
Mainly because they look like they're just friends.
Yep. I mean, even with Ash and Dawn, they're BF. I guess you could call them BFF, but even that holds more water than Ash and Iris, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'd say Ash and Iris were more rivals that just happen to be traveling together.
Yeah, when they fought, it wasn't like Ash and Misty kind of fighting, if you know what I'm saying. It was more like rival fighting.
No, yeah, battles. They battle each other.
I agree. And there's there's only one huge moment, which with them exchanging gifts because they were mad at each other.
Yeah, and that episode's so forced.
Yeah, and it was so forced.
Yeah.
They had to in order to make up for their fighting that they had again to be friends again. So that's really the only shipping moment.
I gotta
This,
say, I like Iris as a character. I can never see Iris romantically involved, though.
yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, Iris is one of and I hate to say this. I really hate to say this. She's a young black independent woman that don't need no man. And
That's what
I'm so sorry.
perfectly put it, man.
I'm so sorry, internet. If
Uh,
someone makes a caption of Iris like in a battle pose and then a caption saying young independent black woman that don't need no man, I will give you a YouTube star or something. I don't know. But the thing about Iris, first of all, she's not romantic in any of the sense.
yes.
Secondly, it's just like when Iris did things relating with Ash, they didn't really have any romantic stand behind them. She did it because why not? Like
Yeah.
she traveled with Ash because why not? Literally, like the episode she joins Ash's team, she's hanging from a tree and she's just like, "Hey, I'm coming with you guys." And Ash
That's
is
pretty
like,
much how it felt, too. I agree
yeah,
with that.
yeah. And Ash is like, "All right." And like, there's only two moments I can think of. One being when she stared at Ash while he was battling Silent.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, and the other one was like earlier than that. It was when they had to save the sand. Wait, what they have to save? Sandiles or something? And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and well, it wasn't Sandiles. It was something. There was a bunch of woodland Pokemon from getting caught by this like hot springs geyser, and Iris like caught onto Ash and saved him. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, this relationship doesn't hold much water, so yeah, are we gonna both agree that this one's just the weakest out of all the
I have to
shipping?
say it's the weakest. I'm sorry for you Nagai shippers, but this one I
all
think both
two
the
of you.
weakest. Alright,
Yeah.
let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, oh my god, the next one. Okay, the next one is Pallid Shipping, the romantic belief that Ash and Gary should be in a romantic relationship.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
Oh.
I mean, you can go first.
I was gonna say, should you go first?
I mean, okay, here's the thing. If we're looking at this with serious glasses right now, no. It's just, okay, they have the halves of Pokeball. Like, when Ash and Gary were fishing when they were like 7 years old,
Yep.
they pulled up a rusty Pokeball and they both pulled at it so hard that they broke the halves.
Uh-huh.
And they both keep the halves to this day.
Yes.
So that's kind of cute.
So they have a piece of each other. It's so cute.
Oh my god. It's just... I
No,
guess
it's like
because,
a heart. One has
yeah.
one half, the other one has the other.
Gary's Ash is first. I mean, he's his first rival.
Yes.
I was your first.
He was his first rival. You have each other's the same Pokeball. I mean, what else? What else do we got?
They both have a Squirtle.
There you go. They both had a Squirtle.
Yeah, it's just, oh my god. We can't take this one really seriously. And it's not because it's a homosexual relationship. It's got nothing to do with it. It's just Ash and Gary, though.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see it with any of his rivals, honestly.
Pretty much. Ash and Paul totally for the win. But, we'll call it Chimchar shipping.
Chimchar shipping, there you go.
Yeah, they shared a Chimchar.
They shared a Chimchar. That was their burning passion.
Stop it. We're making Twitter happy. Stop it. Anyway. No, if we were to look at it from like they push each other's thing, like May and Drew. The thing about this one, it had no real romantic gestures. Like, yeah, Gary screwed with Ash because, you know, he'll write on signs and be like, Gary was here. Ash is a loser. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I guess it was just to push Ash forward and then their rivalry, but it's clear to see the difference between a rivalry and a romantic rivalry. Drew and May are a romantic rivalry.
Yeah, that's true.
Ash and Gary are just rivals that happen to live in the same town.
Yes. So I think we have to put this shipping to rest. I don't think this will very much become anything more.
let's move on to BFFs.
Oh boy.
Well, this shipping. Pearl Shipping. Ash and Dawn involved in a romantic relationship. We talked about this one, kinda.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah. So, what do you think of Ash? Like, let's take the best. Let's temporarily remove the friend zone tape for a second. The yellow friend zone tape.
All right.
And like, what do you think?
Okay, when I look at them side by side, they do look like they could be, I don't know, per se, cute together, or they could go together. Um, and when I take away that friend zone part, they look like they could be compatible with each other. I mean, they had moments in terms of affection, such as like holding hands
Mm-hmm.
or just, acting nice to each other. But I say I kind of prefer the shipping over some. Obviously, probably over the Dawn and Zoe one, but that Dawn and Zoe one actually makes a little bit more sense than even Ash and Dawn.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all I have for these two. But if you actually put back the friend zone, then you can see how this thing doesn't really look like it's gonna work, and at least compared to the other shippings that have a lot more to it. So, what do you think, man?
I will say, and I think this was because Diamond and Pearl, technically, if we looked at the beta writing, I don't think Ash was supposed to be the main character in Diamond and Pearl. I think Dawn was.
There you go. I forgot to say that too. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
the main character.
she was supposed to be the main character. The way they wrote it off. Now I will say this, because everybody in the world, even people who don't know what YouTube is, knows that I hate Dawn. But the
I
thing
heard that
about it
before
is,
too.
yeah, but the thing about it is, I will say when Dawn began, I can see why they shipped these two together because Dawn and Ash's journeys begin similarly. They both have a dream sequence about them using each of the starter Pokemon.
Hmm.
They both wind up No, Dawn wakes up on time. Ash wakes up late. Dawn has this funny joke where she can't find where the lab is. I thought that was hilarious. Like I said, when Dawn
The,
started off, she wasn't that bad. Then they wrote her off as very horrible.
yeah.
Dawn Piplup didn't obey Dawn at first. It was just like Pikachu. Dawn risked her life in front of a bunch of Ariados to save Piplup, and then Piplup fought the Ariados back, just like how Ash fought against a bunch of Spearow and Pikachu fought the Spearows. Same fashion. Both Ash and Dawn, sorry. Ash and Dawn carry the Pokemon outside of the Pokeball. Their starter Pokemon outside of the Pokeball.
Yep.
Both of them refuse to evolve. Both Pokemon refuse to evolve. Uh, both
There
have
was
been,
also Pikachu like thunderbolting Dawn's bike, like he did with
yeah,
Misty's during that same episode with the Spearow.
yeah. So there's, I can see why they would ship these two because they start off the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way the story was written, Dawn was supposed to be main character by herself. They writ it off, like they wrote it off like Dawn was basically supposed to start her journey off very similar to Ash's.
Hmm.
Both have failed in the attempt of catching a Pokemon the first time, but then recaught that Pokemon the second time around. Ash being he tried to capture Pidgey, but then later caught Pidgeotto. Dawn tried to catch Baneri the first time, then succeeded the second.
All right. Yep.
So yeah, they had the similarities are very shocking. Personality wise, May is more like Ash, but the way they wrote them off, Dawn and Ash start off the same way.
Plus, they're like Dawn's supposed to be the main character in the series, and Ash and Dawn technically have only been the only two main characters that had their own series, I guess you could say, in the Pokemon anime.
Yeah,
If you write it off like
and
Dawn had her own series.
and they are the only two main characters traveling wise that have ever had a trade with each other, which is the Apom and the Buizel.
There
Cause
you go. Yep.
Yeah, because Dawn
That's
had
true too.
Buizel first, and Ash had Apom, and they traded them off because one liked battling and one liked contests.
All right. Yep. So you think Ash and Dawn would be a good pairing?
Romantic wise, I already said it. To me, no. To me, it just the way they treated each other interaction wise, they were just friends. But when it came down to when it comes down to similarities, they both had a similar start. They start off at the gate very similar, but that just exemplifies more why they should be friends more or less than romantic.
Yes, I agree with that too, completely. But so Ash and Dawn, to me, again, they just like you said, are more like friends, and it probably looks like it should stay that way. I'm sorry for you Pearl shippers that we're kind of dumbing it down, but it is. They do start off similar. They have all these shipping like moments going for them, so there is possibility. Again, like May, if she does come back, maybe we could see something more. But for now, it looks like they're just BFFs, like according to what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
So I
Both
pretty
of
much we're
their
done with this one.
they both, just one little side note, they both had Pokemon that have evolved 2 times, and then at their final evolutions didn't obey their trainers. Dawn had a Swinub, which evolved into Piloswine and Mamoswine, and then the Mamoswine didn't obey her. Ash had Charmander, the Charmeleon, and Charizard didn't obey her. They
All
didn't
right, neat.
obey him, yeah.
All right.
So they wrote them off similarly. But yeah,
Okay.
like you said, they're BFF, so that's a nice compilation. Or that's a nice compilation. That's a nice alternative.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go to the next one.
All right.
Oh god, this one's big.
This one's the big.
Poke Shipping!
Pokey shipping.
The romantic relief that Ash and Misty should be in a relationship.
Misty.
Misty.
All right. So you want to start this off?
Okay, so in this one, I'll say the English dub is what did this, because in the Japanese, or if you watch the Japanese episodes, there's moments, but they're very small and they're one in between, because Misty was basically just supposed to appeal to the female demographic for Pokemon. That was her job. She's
Yes.
Hi, I'm female for Pokemon. But romantic wise, the dub. Oh my god, the dub.
The dub. I agree with that.
That dub though. That the dub pushed them together so much, it was ridiculous. Pokemon the movie 2000 is just cluttered with Ash and Misty moments. Yeah, there's I believe there's a song in the To Be a Master CD album, which I owned, called Misty
That was
Song.
also English dub, wasn't it?
Yes, that's all of the songs in Pokemon and To Be a Masters are English stuff. This was back when America gave it like a big damn about Pokemon, enough to where they'd make up songs.
Yes.
Yeah, so this was back when they gave a damn. And I think even in the Pokemon Live musical, Misty is like confessing. She's like doing a monologue to the audience about her feelings for Ash. So yeah, like Misty's song basically is talking about how she feels about Ash. So yeah, the English America pushed Ash and Misty together. So if you were gonna look at this through the good old red, white, and blue perspective, yeah, Ash and Misty should be a thing.
Yep.
Reality wise,
So
what do you think, man?
Okay, man. Well, okay, I was gonna say what you were gonna say about how dub pushed it even more. The Japanese, when you probably in Japan, you probably, I don't know if you would still have that nostalgic feel and want them to be shipped together, like the English dubbers have, because of how because the English dub made it even more so. They added dialogue that wasn't part of the Japanese version. And with the song Ash and Misty, with Misty singing to Ash or whatever, it just, the whole thing, I even posted it on a More Shipping videos out there, not More Shipping, sorry, Poke Shipping videos out there, that this whole thing, like, a lot of people had the misconception of, they had a lot of hints, when really that was just the dub doing it. And Japan might have had a couple, but most of them actually just came from the dub, which the dub is just, voicing over the actual writing and the actual voices and everything.
Japan has some, and I'm gonna name like the two major ones, and this is only because, like, the way these were set up, kind of had no choice but to make them into moments. The Ghost of Maiden's Peak episode, Misty's in a kimono. And when she's in a kimono, Ash just sort of looks at her, and they show those little sparkle filters around her, like Ash is staring
Yeah,
intensely
correct.
at her. And then in the episode where Ash is fighting one of the Orange Island gym leaders, Misty ends up rooting for Ash instead of the Orange Island gym leader, whoever his name was. I don't care. But
Yeah.
yeah, when she does that, the guy's like, "You're a very lucky man, Ash." And Ash is like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "You'll see." And then,
You'll see one day.
yeah, and then they ride off into the sunset. But that's filler.
Yeah, yes. So, I mean, what about the Pokemon 2000 movie? Do you have
Oh my god. That one
Yeah?
fluttered
You want
with
to talk
me.
about that one?
Misty got... Okay, we'll start off with the list. Misty got jealous of when Melanie kissed Ash in the cheek. So yeah, she got jealous there. Then when Melanie was flirting with Ash during the dinner, where they had to talk about the ceremony, Misty was pissed there. Then Melanie asked, was Ash Misty's boyfriend, and she got pissed by that, but she wasn't straying away from the idea. She just was like, he's a friend and he's a boy. Then Misty and Melanie had conversations about it every time they showed up. And then during the final scene where Ash was supposed to drown, Misty was the one that saved him.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then when Misty was like, Ash will never be alone because he has me. It's a lot. It's a lot
so
to take
it's
in.
like Poke Shipping 2000.
I was just gonna say that. I literally was gonna say Poke Shipping the movie.
Poke Shipping the movie. That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, so Poke Shippers, you can bask in that for a while. You can bask
could
in that
bask in
1
that
hour
movie.
and 30 minutes.
Yeah. But
Yeah, but
all right.
you
So
wanna
overall,
yeah.
would you pair them?
If we were looking at it, okay, let's say if the advanced region and all the other regions following it never happened, then yes. Like if we had stopped at Johto and just Johto, then yes.
Okay.
I would definitely ship these two together because, first of all, she's the only one. second, they do have a love-hate. They
Yes.
argued every time, like almost every moment. Anytime they got lost, Ash and Misty were at each other's throats. Anytime that they had a disagreement about something, they were at each other's throats. It was like they were at each other's throats, but they
It's
still...
like too bad.
It's like an old couple.
Yeah.
An old married couple. Literally,
Fighting
they
over a remote or something.
Yeah, it's literally an old married couple. So yeah, the shipping makes sense. I'm not gonna bash people who support Poke Shipping. It makes sense.
Yes.
So yeah, this one overall probably the second most powerful one here, unfortunately.
Yes, I agree with that. Mainly because of nostalgia, in my opinion.
Nostalgia fuels most of it because Misty was the first girl, just like how we said Gary's the first rival.
Yeah.
Misty
Nice,
was
yes.
yeah. In terms of Pokemon, Misty's the first woman. Like she's literally the first female.
Yep.
So it like we see why it exists. There's no doubt in my mind that they could work out as a pairing because this was around the time too where the writing. I like the writing in the Kanto and Johto regions when it came to people interaction.
Yes.
So yeah, when those two bantered, goddamn, they bantered, but it worked out.
I agree. Well, okay, let's flash forward to the when Misty came back.
Oh, in the
like,
Hoenn region?
Yeah, I remember it, but did you think I thought that Misty acted a lot more like Ash and Misty got along a lot more in that arc.
It was almost to an uncomfortable degree, but I guess it's because they hadn't seen each other in so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But probably if they were back together, then they probably would argue a lot.
Yeah, I do like the one scene in the Togepi episode where when Misty came back and Brock was flirting with the princess of the Togepis and Misty was pulling Brock's ear and Ash is just like old times, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
And May and Max are just like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you could just like sit with your
Yep.
cereal
All right.
and
Well,
your nostalgia glasses and be like, "This was cool back then, trust me."
yes.
So yeah, what are your
Nice.
closing thoughts on this one?
All right. Well, okay, Ash and Misty. Up to maybe the X and Y series. If compared to all the other girls, I would say my nostalgia probably would get in the way, and I would say that Ash and Misty are probably better for each other than the others. Ash and May, I say, might probably actually work better than Ash and Misty, but my nostalgia probably telling me no. Like Ash and Misty goes better. Um, but yeah, up until the X and Y series where we got like a more shipping and that big one, which is like the rival of Poke Shipping.
Yeah.
Like until then, I say that like in my opinion, Ash and Misty would probably be the ones to go in terms of Ash. Who would Ash be with? But that's all I have last for that.
All right, so let's move on to the second to last one. It is known as rocket shipping, the romantic belief that Jesse and James of Team Rocket should be in a romantic relationship.
Ooh, okay. Should I start this one off?
Go ahead.
All right, sounds good. All right, well, in the manga, it's a canon in the manga where Jesse and James actually have a baby, which just sounds kind of gross and uncomfortable. Yeah.
Prepare for trouble.
Yeah, and there's actually like a photo of Jesse being pregnant, and it goes that far. But like, but in the actual anime, it's not confirmed. Jesse and James like fall for like different people that are not, and Jesse and James don't fall for each other at all.
Gay in the anime. I'm kidding.
But yes. But Jesse and James, like whenever one would fall for the other, whenever one would fall for some other person that wasn't either James or Jesse, the other one would get like jealous or like mad or like sad. They would react to the situation like differently,
There's a moment, and I don't know where. Actually, she shows up twice in the series, oddly. Where James was forced to marry this chick. Like he has an arranged marriage with this woman named Jezebel.
Jezebel, yeah.
And she looks just like Jesse, only she's a Southern belle.
Yeah.
And goddamn, she's just like this dominatrix. She's got a whip.
I know, I saw that. I'm like,
and a
oh my
vile
God.
plume that uses stun spores so James can't get away.
That was creepy as heck.
That episode's hilarious.
But it's funny, yes.
Yeah, but I gotta say, there's this one moment in Ghost of Maiden's Peak. I keep bringing this episode up. It's pretty funny. The ghost was trying to take James because James and Brock were both attracted to the ghost. Not sure why Ash wasn't, but who cares?
Yeah.
And Jesse got mad and shot a rocket at the ghost. This episode's hilarious, trust me. But Jesse didn't do that for James. She did that because she got mad at the idea of a woman sitting around waiting for her man to come back.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the closest I've ever seen them. There's actually there's also a Pokemon Chronicles episode that shows how Jesse and James met. So
okay.
That's kind of nice if you want a rocket shipping moment.
Yeah, there's also a moment in Pokemon 2000, like where they were getting like one of the first like stones or whatever.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Like they were reacting to Ash and Misty, like their shipping moment, and then I forget what the actual dialogue was.
I know the dialogue. Look, kid, if you're involving yourself with the opposite sex, then you're in for trouble. And then Meowth goes, you two don't need the opposite sex because you got each other. That's the whole dialogue.
Oh.
And then
Nice, you remember this spot on.
Yeah, and then Jesse and James get mad. It was a time where like Pokemon movies were all I had to watch. But so yeah, there's a moment there, I guess. They're more of goofy friends than a relationship in the anime. And the manga that Chornick's referencing is the Electric Tales of Pikachu, by the way. So if you're ever looking for where this moment is, it's in the final chapter of the Electric Tales of Pikachu.
Alright.
So yeah, you want to go ahead and final thoughts or put this to rest or something?
Okay, well, rocket shipping, James and Jesse Even though they find love in a couple other people and it all goes downhill,
Yeah.
I guess you could really say that they could be together, but they, like Tyrone said, they're more like friends,
Yeah.
and they're just messing with each
And in
other.
and in X and Y, we already got an episode where Jesse like fell for someone already, and it sadly didn't work out.
Yeah. And so they fall for other people, and they never really seem to find each other, really. So they're just seeing each other as friends and companions, and like co-workers, I guess you could say, because they
Yeah.
work together. So that's about it, I'd say, for this.
So yeah,
But
let's do
Rock,
the last one on this list.
all right.
And the last one, this one might be the weakest actually. It's called Wishful Shipping, and yeah, it's wishful. It's the romantic belief that Silent and Iris should be in a relationship.
All right, you gonna start this off?
This one's weird. I can see why they did it. Ash is two traveling companions together, but it's also because like Silent is more of the and I like how they did this for Best Wishes. They have like a logical thinker and an ideal thinker. Silent's more of the logical thinker. He goes by science
Yeah.
and logic and things like that. And Iris is more of the spiritual ideal thinker, where she goes by like wishes and beliefs and mystic, all of that.
Yes.
Yeah, so one's like more origin based and the other one's more physics. Cause I
Yeah.
remember every time Ash would go somewhere and he'd be like, "Oh, this is the sacred." Or they'll be like, "This is the sacred forest that holds spirits to Pokemon and stuff," and Iris would believe it, and then Silent would be like, "That's bullcrap. It's just a forest."
So they're kind of opposites in terms of their thinking.
And opposites attract. So
Yeah.
yeah,
There you go. There you go. Nice. But opposites attract. But Silent and Iris, like, okay, you think that's stronger or even worse than Ash and Iris?
it's on the same plane. Iris has no business in a relation. She's a strong, independent black woman that don't need no man.
She don't need no man.
She don't need no man. You know what? You tell your thoughts. I'm gonna actually click on this one and see what like little evidence they got.
Evidence. Oh my gosh. Okay, I really want to see what evidence they got. But Silent and Irish. Irish. I just said Irish.
Irish.
Iris. But Silent and Iris. I really don't know if it's stronger or
It's also called gym shipping, by the way.
Gym Ship. Oh
They're
yeah,
both gym
they
leaders.
are leaders. Okay. Well, that's I guess something similar. They're gym leaders, and they think, but they think opposite wise. So I really can't. I mean, I don't even know how really. Wait, is it confirmed what Silent's age is?
No. I always like to think Silent's like.
Is he like Brock, like that age?
Yeah. No number. He's just Brock's age. I think he's a little bit younger than Brock.
He's Brock's age.
Yeah.
Brock is Brock age.
Yeah.
And Silent.
He's a couple of years. He's like 2 years younger than Brock age.
Yes. 2 years. Yeah, Brock age -2.
Yeah. he's like Brock is like a Silent and a half. So
Okay.
but okay, let's see. From what I see of the evidence, it's a lot of little moments. Like I remember in the Vanillite episode where they're fighting the guy with the Acelgor. He's fighting off against these like Vanillite villains, and Iris is hiding behind Silent for protection.
Oh, okay.
And then she enjoys Iris's cooking. I
Aw.
mean, she enjoys Silent's cooking. It's very weak.
All right. Did you find any of these moments?
And,
What's the moments that they claim are moments?
let's see. There's one where it's like triple lead team threads. Iris was extremely pleased with what Silent had to say about her Axu as a partner and thanked him. So when Silent did his connoisseur thing on Axu, she was happy that she said that her and Axu hold a good bond together. Let's see. Bloom is on Act 2. Iris chooses to battle Silent rather than Ash because she knows that. Oh, this was when they needed to train Ash, and she's like, I choose Silent to battle Ash because Ash will go like beast mode on me. Silent knows how to ease it up for Ash because Ash's a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's little moments like those.
So they're understanding of each other
I
then.
guess because Iris always calls Ash a little kid, she respects
Yeah.
Silent more mature wise.
Yes.
But
All
I
right,
will
well-
stand on my statement. She's a strong take the goofiest picture of Iris and then put that up there. She's a strong, independent woman that don't need no man.
All right, so in the end, I guess you're voting that she's not gonna get any shipping
Yes.
at all.
So Iris is shipping for me. I call it strong, independent black woman that don't need no man shipping, which is the
There you
longest
go.
shipping name ever.
New popular shipping right there, Tyrone.
well-
you just made it.
Yeah, what do you think, man? I mean, like, I think you basically said some of your thoughts already, but any closing thoughts on them too?
Silent and Iris, just like Ash and Iris. Again, Iris don't need no man. But Iris, I there's no one yet that we see that she's really compatible with or that she has any affection towards. Again, she looks like she's alone in terms of like she doesn't have anybody that she's extremely similar to
She's
or
not
that
romantic, yeah.
be romantic, yeah, too.
Yeah.
So
she,
really is she's
yeah.
independent. I mean, she's not connecting with anybody else that would make it romantic. So
The bitch swings on vine trees and has a dragon coming out of her hair and she lives by the jungle. She's
weird.
She's not romantic by any sense of the word.
Yes. So I think we could pretty much lay it to bed, this shipping, and probably the one with Ash and Iris. I really hate to hate on those Nagai shippers and the wishful thinking shippers if there's anyone out there.
Now, let's move on to two shippings that are on the list but have been made up.
All right, go ahead.
The first one is known as Monorail Shipping. It started on episode 59. And it is the romantic belief that Ash and the guy from the monorail who works at the monorail should be in a romantic relationship. And it's based off the fact that the guy gave Ash the present.
And that some connection was formed.
Yes.
Was birthed.
And this was more or less because of the pissed off moment that people. Well, it spawned from me, KG, and I think Dean was there when we made it up. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
It gained its birth from a joke that I made, or I think all three of us made, where the guy gave Ash the box. And it's supposed to be the big date episode, and people didn't get what they wanted out of the date episode. So I foolishly made up a joke saying, well, the monorail guy gave Ash a gift.
There you go, yeah. So we got something.
What do you think, man?
Okay, monorail shipping. Okay, well, you guys are pretty much the ones that made it up, and it went nuts over Twitter. Everyone, reacted to it like it really was something serious that we should take into consideration. Everyone went nuts about it. Just because he gave Ash the present, it was, something that a lot of people, resorted to as a result to being upset about that episode, and everyone was just making a joke about that, about monorail shipping. But I don't know if we ever see another monorail or the guy again. But obviously,
I don't know,
it's just
man.
a one-time thing.
Yeah, I don't know. He seemed like he really liked Ash. He was like, "You're our 100th guest, but you're first in my heart."
Oh yeah.
Hey, you're the first guest in my heart.
That's so beautiful, Tyrone.
Yeah, it's just. This was never supposed to be taken seriously by any sense of the word. I think the only reason this one really spurred is because the YouTube fans are awesome, and they take little things and just explode them into big proportion.
Yeah, it's just a comment made by you guys, by Pokey Hype Train, and then it would just everybody else in the audience just made it a thing, and That's how it started.
Yeah, so really the fans were the ones that budged this together. Because let's be honest, the monorail guy only said like a few words of dialogue to Ash. It's just he gave him the gift. I think it's the gift that really made me want to make the joke that back then, but it definitely
Yeah.
made its staple on Twitter. So let's move on to the next one, which I think is probably the most powerful shipping in this entire list.
Oh boy.
And it's called bag shipping.
Oh my God.
The romantic,
Yes.
yeah, the romantic belief that Ash's book bag and Serena's book bag should be involved in a romantic relationship. What do you think, man?
I say I ship it. I ship
Oh
it.
yeah, of course.
It's so powerful. Like they sit next to each other. They
Yeah.
should be together. Oh my God.
Okay, so there's one episode. It was the episode where Silent was kind of jealous of Ash because Ash is shown to be a boss and stuff, and he was kind of preparing for the battle. It was the same episode where I think Gumi evolved.
Okay.
Yeah, or no. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
when
yeah.
It was when Luxio evolved in the Luxray. That was the episode. And while while Clement is cooking, excuse me, while he's cooking, you look on the table, you see literally the cutest thing in the world, just Ash and Serena's book bags.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
Just huddled up on each other.
They're cuddling together.
I mean,
oh my God.
To be honest, these are the only two characters that have ever been shipped that made this much physical contact. So.
I know, right?
Right.
It all falls into place. Like,
right. So yeah, I definitely ship it. I mean, you know, their bags contain the items that each of the
if it's not
carriers
confirmed, I
hold.
don't know why it's not.
But little do they know the bags also carry each other's hearts. So.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that was so beautiful. Tyrone should make a poem. They deserve a poem, guys.
Yeah, just yeah.
Someone make a poem, please.
I mean, they're practically married at this point. Like.
I know, most physical contact we ever seen between two things.
In a PG series.
In a PG series.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, who else knows what they're doing? You know.
Exactly. So it's just like. I believe that, yeah, this one's the strongest one. It knocks some more shipping right out of the park, cause.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. It's so. I'm really being serious. This is so.
Oh yeah.
This is so powerful right here, man.
Yeah. So just I'm actually surprised this one isn't on the list of canon shippings, but yeah, just they're bags, man.
Or the most popular shipping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So.
It just. Yeah.
With that said, I think we've gone through the whole list of shippings, both canon, non-canon, jokes aside. So overall, what do you think about shipping in general? Just to close this off.
I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
It brings something else to the series. I enjoy it. That's all I gotta say about it. It brings something else element into it, and it makes people enjoy the series more, and it brings a new element of, because it's not just about serious battling, it's not about serious this that. It brings something else into the series, and I enjoy it, and I like it, and I'm glad that it's there.
Yeah,
so.
Because people have been shipping since anime history. Not even anime, just like in shows in general. Even like reality shows, drama, sitcoms, cartoons, the anime itself. Yeah, shipping has existed for a while. It's just, I think since the internet's come around, this is the one time where shippings get to get like deviant art drawings. They get to get like people who make fan fiction based off of it, based off like all of the stuff that's happened or like how they interact. It gives like these moments where we glue these characters together romantically, even if there's no real romantic drive behind them. And so I do like it's definitely a thing the fans have come to utilize, especially over the years, and how badly they want these two characters to be together.
Yeah. It brings a lot more.
Yeah. But with that said, I think we should go ahead and close it off, guys. We talked about all of the shipping. So what's your favorite shipping? Was it on this list? Is there a shipping that isn't on this list? Is there a shipping you want to just make and create on this list and just put it in the comments? It's up to you. But thank you, Chornick, for being my guest in this video.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for watching this video. Thank you, Tyrone.
Yeah, and a link in the the link to his channel will be in the description, plus his
Oh
Twitter.
yeah, so go check me out,
Yeah,
please.
check his stuff out. He does reviews just like KG, Dean, and I. We're all part of Basic. We're all part of the same team. So, with that said, we'll see you all in the next video we make. And thanks again for being here, Chornick.
All right, no problem, man. Thanks for having me.
All right.